Okay, so I'm gonna get in here and see if I can find a few more potatoes. I don't like this. These people, like, they took over the whole fucking fence here. Like, they got their grapevine all the way down there. They got this stuff here. This I don't want because I don't really want this crap. I'm not saying anything about it this year, but, you know, I want to plant some food in here and stuff. And, you know, they come into my yard first thing in the morning when everybody's sleeping, trampling over. Don't get me wrong, they're nice people and stuff, but, you know, look at this. You know, like all of a sudden things just falling fucking down, right? Because they come and they harvest their food, right? But they added some more in here, and like, I don't, you know, like, this is their food, and, you know, put the fence on that side. So I have to talk to them about it, because I don't like this. You know, this is like, fuck that shit. I don't want that in my yard. Alrighty, old members and friends, so now we're doing the potatoes here. This is what was left over of whatever grew, and then gave me seed balls, little potato seed balls. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of sift through this and look for those things. Any bean that I had growing just turned out to be seeds for next year, maybe. And I'm going to start in this corner over here. That's just the door for my greenhouse saying, "Don't forget about me. There's a greenhouse too," right? You know, I'm feeling a little neglected over here. Anyway, we're gonna start in this corner over here, and we're gonna see if these potatoes even produce potatoes other than seed balls. Alrighty, people, I'm kind of excited here. I didn't have to go down very far. At first I seen this on the outside, it was just up on the surface, right? I stuck my pitchfork in here and look what I'm finding. Oh my God. And this is just this corners, and I just started. Unfortunately, I'm not very good at this. As you can see, I'm gonna have to put something on the bottom of this box. But there you go. Now we're gonna start. Okay, so what have I learned so far? That's this one little corner. Okay. I think for next year, if I use this spot again for potatoes, I'm talking on the video here, I'm taking out half the dirt. Because the purpose of adding the dirt was twofold for me. It was one, because you start the initial potato, it starts to grow. When it gets to 8 inches high, you add another, you know, you cover it up right to that much. When it starts to grow, you add a little more. We went through that stage because you're supposed to get potato, a batch of potatoes, and a batch of potatoes. So it's like a bumper crop. But the point is, how far down do I have to dig to find that second or third batch? Assuming that it's even down there. Because this one here isn't even, it's not that far down, right? And of course I don't want to be, I have no place to take this dirt. The second fold was because I had to clear out the greenhouse to get it ready to level off the floor, right? So I needed to put the dirt somewhere, so I just threw it in here. I thought, well, this is a good opportunity to try that little experiment. Anyway, that's what we got so far from one potato. I'll go down a little further just to see if there's more, but obviously I don't want to be fooling around with this too much, right? So we'll see what we get. Hold on. Okay, as strange as this sounds, people, personally, I think I've been raided. I already told you that on a previous video. Live in a crooked fucking neighborhood, right? Lots of homeless people, you know, people going to the food bank even if they have homes. You know, could be my neighbor, who knows? But somebody's been coming in here in the middle of the night and digging around, because what I'm finding is maybe one, maybe two. I only found 2 patches where there was, it should be like that, not one by itself. And I'm finding these things broken halfway through, so something's been in there. Okay, so just to show you, this right in here, you can see that, members and friends. Do you see how big these things are? These things are huge. Okay? I got that all right in here because this part hasn't been rated yet. This over here, I'm telling you, was rated. Because we got people that live up in this district that are just takers and users and abusers. Okay, so this is what I got from in there. Now, I didn't go all the way down to the bottom. I don't think there's any more in there. Maybe one or two. Hard to say. And then there's those. There's our little seed balls. So I'm going to put these in separate containers because each one is different. And then we've got... No, don't put dirt in there, please. Don't put dirt in there, please. That's what we got from here. Personally, I think somebody was stealing potatoes. Because this is like only half of what's in here. Like this whole side was practically empty. Except for that one back corner. And that back corner. And then a little bit were in there. And then here. But all this in here, I don't know. I think I was rated. But even still, that's not bad. Alrighty, yo. So I don't know what you're supposed to do. I don't know if you're just supposed to let them dust off and whatever. I sprayed them down. Oops. Now, I noticed this in the front too, and I think maybe it has something to do with the straw. Or the fact that maybe I didn't water them very much. You know, I only watered them a couple times, 2-3 times. I didn't really water them, right? But I did use straw. So, I'm thinking this is straw. Right? It's almost like you have to just take a little scrub brush to them. Unless it's some sort of potato disease and I just don't know about it. I don't know much about potatoes, growing potatoes. I don't ever really... My grandmother grew potatoes, but I don't... Myself, I've never really grown them before. Anyway, this... Oh, obviously... And, oh... When you do eat them, they're very good. You can tell there's the difference. There's definitely a difference. No preservatives. Well, you know, a pretty big potato, guys. Look how big that thing is. It's huge. So that's from there. Hey! And then we've got this box I don't know what to do with yet. My son needs to come and help me move this. I guess you just take a little brush. These ones here, right, they're okay. Let's see about these ones. Yeah, you see, these ones are much better. These ones just need to be... These ones are not... I use straw in here too, but... I don't... No, don't put dirt in here, Andre. So these ones are more nicer, right? But then this patch in here was rated. Imagine that, eh? Okay, so the skin on these ones are in much better shape. So maybe it has something to do with growing in the box, like a box with a, you know, it was lined with a tarp, right? I don't know. Anyway, I'm just taking out these ones, right? And then I'm not going to rinse these ones off. I'm just going to let them dry for a day or so. And then I'm going to take a little brush to them and just kind of brush them. The other ones I did, oh, because there's something wrong, right? Like I said, I used hay. So maybe that has something to do with it. But I used hay with these ones too. I'm just taking out the ones that I slivered with the pitchfork. Anyway, I only paid something like $12 for 2 boxes of potatoes. Right. So I got over 50 pounds. Plus, I've been rated. Don't forget, right? So twice as much. Okay, so I just put those ones right there. I didn't rinse them off. I'm just going to let them dry. And then I'll brush them off later. Those ones I had to rinse. Those are the ones that had that funny skin on them. And the ones in the front had that too. And it had a lot of straw in the front. So I'm thinking that has something to do with the straw. because those ones don't have it, even though there was straw in some of the mounds. Next year, I'm not going to be adding in all this extra dirt. So it wasn't worth it unless there's another layer of potatoes deep down. But I can't find them right now. So anyway, we'll see in a minute.